It's been a long 3 years on YouTube. We've had some good times, we've had some bad times. But you know what? At the end of the day, we've had a good time. Hi, everybody. My name is Memphis. You might know me as the Memphis XLR8. And for the past 3 years, I have been doing YouTube more or less regularly, providing y'all with content, Yu-Gi-Oh! Reactions, ban lists, a couple other little things, the works. And so today, we are going to be looking back at all the good times and such that we have experienced together. I'm just going to look back through all my old stuff. And before we do, I just want to quickly thank y'all for 150 subs. I mean, I've been at that for a while, but I'm now thanking you. Thank you for the 150 subs. It's been a long trip. It's been a long, hard road to get to that far. And so, let's just go. We're going to go ahead and look at the past. We're going to look at our best moments and some of the moments that, well, could have been better. Okay, first off, we got the first video on the channel. This is from May 24th, 2017. First video on the channel. Oh, look at me. Oh, look at me buff. Look at me buffer right there.
What's up, YouTube? This is the Memphis XLR8 coming at you live from outer space.
It's such a blast looking at these old videos. It can show I've changed a lot in the past 3 years. Okay, so basically, right. When I first started YouTube, I had this idea that every video I would say that I'm somewhere different. Like I'd be in space, or I'd be in France, or I'd be in Colorado, or some crazy place. So like that's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. That never stuck through, but with the first series I did, Numerology here, I figured I would stick with that anyway. So yeah, this is where I started YouTube, just reviewing the number monsters. It's a really old video. You can tell its jank is all get out because like I basically when I first started, my editor was crap, so like I couldn't really make the pictures like really what's the word I'm looking for? They had to be really small pictures, and I had to like make multiple copies to get them through the video. So yeah, we've come a long way. But my goodness, I love this old video. It's just me talking about the numbers and saying like shit about them, especially like number 5 that never existed. When this video went out, number 5 didn't exist, and then a few months later it did. This here is the beginning of the saga. This is the first episode of Who Says Karibos Cannot Win, which is on a very early version of YGO Pro. Oh my god, look at this hand. This hand is, if this was Link era, this hand would have been beautiful. But this is pre-Links. But yeah, this was White Sworn and Constellars. My goodness, let's take a listen.
Hello, YouTube. This is the Memphis XLR8 coming at you live via YGO Pro.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Why do I sound like Elvis when I record? Why did I think that was cool? Why did I think that was cool? Pretending like I'm well, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. But yeah, basically, I was just having fun with it. But honestly, you can see right here, the video quality is not so great on these old videos. I mean, at one point they will jump up exponentially, but right now, at this early point, this is from August of 2017. So, let's see, yeah, but this is like 3 months after I started YouTube. And, yeah, it's pretty rough. It is a pretty rough ride, yeah.
And now he's going to summon his Luna.
Summon Luna.
Summon his Luna. And now...
Yeah, what happened?
He's got all this stuff.
He's got all this stuff.
He's got 4 cards left.
He's got all this stuff.
And sadly, he is surrendered.
He is surrendered.
Granted, if he had another Michael...
My commentary, I think, has gotten a little better over the years. What do you got? I think it's gotten better. I hope so. I mean, I still got some time left on YouTube, so I better be getting better at commentary there. So yeah, a lot of my early videos are just like, Karibo videos. A lot of Karibo versus videos. See, this is Zark and, it's Cubics. So Zark and Cubics. Banish, Burn. There's an early deck profile that did semi-decently. This is my original ban list prediction. Or no, this isn't the first ban list. This is my first ban list doing. That was September 18th, 2017 ban list. I think that's the one with Lithosagem, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember exactly. It's been forever. But, and here's when I first tried anime cards. I'm not going to watch that one, though. That one's a little cringy. I'll have to do anyways in the future. This is where I first started doing new thumbnails. This is the last episode of Numerology. I always liked that series, Numerology, because I was talking to look at all the numbers, 1 to 100. And, because back when I made these, this is, again, from 2017, so most of the numbers weren't even out. So I had to make my own. You can see it in the thumbnail. That's my numbers, I can't even remember which numbers these were, but I think it was like one of them was number 90, one was number 96, something like that. I don't know. Let's see. So here's my first ever ban list, which is honestly one of the worst ban list predictions I've ever done. This is from 2018 because it was in December 20. It was the December 24th is when I made the video, and then this one did not go so well. Because this was like early Link era with like Firewall Dragon, Borreload were competing with each other. I thought Borreload was stronger than Firewall Dragon, and people called me out for it. So yeah, that wasn't the greatest moment of my life, but what can you do? But it is a video where I actually predicted, what was it? I predicted Monster Reborn getting unbanned.
Of course, I don't think so. But yes, for me, Monster Reborn. And you guys are gonna think I'm crazy.
Yes, everyone thought you were crazy for thinking Monster Reborn needed to be unbanned. And people commented in the comments about, well, one dude did, and he was a little harsh about it, but Monster Reborn did come out. It did come out after this video. So that was the first time I made a prediction on a ban list that, it was right. I mean, I was joking about Monster Reborn, but it still happened. It still bloody happened. So, yeah, that happened. So, like I said, this is first ban list prediction. It was not great. I think I said something about getting rid of Invoked back in the day, because Invoked was annoying, and it still is. Alrighty, so we're getting into it. There's when, Monster Reborn, it came off. My old video where I thought Multiply might be ban-worthy, which I kind of still think it might be in the future. Depends really on what happens there. This is my first video that broke 1,000 views. April 2018 ban list dropped from April. This was my joke ban list. My first ever joke ban list, just as a thing for April Fools to do. And this video did amazingly well. It's crazy because I made a very nice thumbnail here. Little Overlord Konami. I put Shadal Construct and Super Poly and what's it? Dark Destroyers on there, and a bit of Cryboy. A little bit of a crybaby on there. And you know what? It broke 1,400 views in like a day or two. So that was fun. And this was actually on like the top, I think it was in the top 10 on searches for ban lists that year. So that was amazing. That was an amazing, amazing time, this ban list. I mean, I don't have too many videos with 1,000 views, but this is the first one, and I loved it. And it got tons of hate because people did not like that I trolled them. And the funny thing is about this list is I joked about Super Poly coming off, and I think it came off like a ban list or two later, which is that's just amazing to me, is that actually happened. And then, folks, June 11th, 2018, the first episode of the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! My premiere series, the one where I take a deck and duel it every day for 100 days straight. This is where we started off. As you can see, it's choppy as all get out. Again, my editor was not great. I didn't review my videos back in the day. It was something I should have done. And people pointed out later that it was choppy as all get out. But this is where I started. This deck is choppy. Look, this Maiden with Eyes of Blue and Kaiba Man in this deck. Oh my goodness. Chaos Dragons would be offended. But at least I had Return of the Dragon Lord, so that's something. So yeah, this is where it all started out. First episode, Chaos Dragons. It was good times back then, man. Just simple times, good old YGO Pro, just messing people up. It was It's good times. It's good times. And really, this was the series that helped propel me into the future because after this series, people were really taking more notice of the channel. The thing about YouTube algorithm, the more you post, the more it, shows off your videos. So this is really a time frame, every 100 days, I get a little bit of a spike in my sub count. Let's just say that. Of course, as you can see, the first few episodes, I didn't really experiment with like thumbnails going off. Yeah, a little bit, but not too much. Flower Guardians, where I was first informed of, you need to fix your damn video quality, and I started to. I used a different editor for a while, even though that editor had a watermark on it. So eventually, I did just upgrade my old one because honestly, that worked better in the long run. So yeah, going into it, we're just getting more and more. Well, the views were rather stable. If I got a video over 50 something, it was pretty good. Most of them hovered around the low 10s, something like that. 69, very nice for Hungry Burger there. Don't worry about that video. You don't want to watch that one. Okay, this was a joke video I did with a friend. Smasher Puss. Just to mess with Shimaria because he has terrible taste. No, it wasn't Shim, it was Necro. Because Necro has terrible taste in women. That was the one. But yeah, pretty much just kept on going. I got a like every once in a while. I got a dislike every once in a while. Nothing too special. A couple videos did a little better than others. This was early. This was before I had even 30 subs, if I'm not mistaken. Because if I remember correctly, that was the Norden video. That was 30 subs. Real quick, yeah, I had this video I just threw up here at one point. This is a Destiny theory video I made a while back. 2 years ago. I really got to make a follow-up. This is the Prince Aldrin is Cade's son Ace theory that I threw up there just as a kind of a joke, but actually kind of serious about it. It actually did all right. I mean, 3 people liked it, 3 didn't. A lot of people were. There's a little bit of discourse on there. Really got to do a follow-up there. But I'm a little waiting for Aldrin to show back in the story. Like, he exists, but he's not, like, there. And that's a theory video. Maybe I'll link that in the description, and we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, it's a thing. I didn't think this video would do all that well, but it did all right, especially for the time that I put it up. All right, so this here's a special video. This is from September 24th, 2018. This is when I first hit 30 subscribers. Actually, I thought I had 30 subs before this, so, yeah, not a big deal. But anyway, this is where I revealed the true purpose of Elder Entity Norden. Remember that guy? Instant fusion target, banned for years and years. Yeah, did you know he actually had a purpose outside of himself? Oh, my boy, H.P. Lovecraft. The old ones. They're so old. They sit around and watch TV all day. But yes, that was my 30 sub special. It's just talking about how Elder Entity Norden and Itis and getting to the point. You combine these guys, and what was it? Yeah, you combine with Narla. Oh, that's the wrong kind of Narla. There's the right Narla. That's the one right there. And you combine those bunch into, you make it as a thought so we can blow stuff up, basically. It was just something I made, for 30 subscribers. Just something kind of interesting to talk about, because, a lot of people just use Norden for other things, but it was meant for this guy, who is also bad conveniently, so you can't use Norden at all for what he was supposed to be for. Sadness for my boy. So, briefly on my channel, I did also do a thing called Card Talks, which is a show basically where I just talk about new cards. It's something I do every once in a while. But for the most part, I just kind of like just do whatever I want. Sometimes I'll talk about cards. This is when the Dangers first showed up, Mothman and Tsuchinoko and such. And dang, that one actually did fairly well compared to everything else here. But yeah, that was just something I did every once in a while. I didn't like do anything fancy like DP Yu-Gi-Oh does or anybody like that. Mega, none of them. I mostly just pulled it up on Edo Pro, YGO Pro, whatever you want to call it, and I just talked about them. Just gave my general thoughts. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong. So eventually the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh ends. Did Danger Dark Worlds that time. It didn't do that great, but what can you do? This was around the time that Mr. PewDiePie was doing his little war with B-Series. And, my channel was small at the time. I had like 30, 40 subs. I don't remember how many I had. But, every once in a while I would throw the boy a bone and just, like, try to do them a little something if I can find one of those videos on here. They're buried in here somewhere. Oh, and there's Scrap Wyvern, my favorite. He might get hit on that ban list, and I don't want that to happen. No, 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 no. Don't hit my boy. So here's a video that really did, like, one of the best videos on my channel, which is my Hellsing Ultimate Abridged Episode 9 reaction. For various obvious reasons, I don't do a lot of reaction videos. I don't have a face, so I can't really show you my expression or anything. But it was something I tried to do, and it did rather well. Over 1,000 views, 23 whole likes. I think it has like 4 dislikes. I guess people don't like the face. What can I say? Haters gonna hate. But regardless, that was a fun time. Maybe I should go back to reacting. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. If there's anything worth reacting to, we'll see. But yeah, that was a good time. Just doing some light reaction work. More of the reaction video there. Maybe I should just become I'm the reaction dude who has no face. That's the name of the channel now. Reacting dude, no face. Okay, so this here is a project that I was very proud of. This was one of my helpful little vids for helping Mr. PewDiePie back in the day. For various reasons, I had to shrink it down, and I made a typo in it, and then I screwed up because I couldn't go back and fix it. So, yeah, there are issues with this video, but I was super proud of it. I'll give you a little preview of it, just to give you this idea of what it was about. Turn that up a little bit. Felix. And there's Markiplier's big old beaming face there. My editing skills at their finest, ladies and gentlemen. Just slap a face over somebody else's face. Good enough. Good enough. But yeah, Beast will answer, and everything gets all epic and stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely link this in the description if you're interested in watching this. Because honestly, it might not be the greatest thing in the world, but I loved it. Like, just a lot of little memes and things. The 9-year-olds show up. My early YouTube years were just a lot of fun. A lot of fun back in the day. So we just enter, a few more episodes of card. It is a thing. I didn't have like a set order of videos. I just kind of did what I wanted back in the day. I still kind of do that, but yeah, I had card talks. This is a video where I talked about making my own playmats. This is a shit post I did for the hell of it. Who the heck disliked my shit post? How dare you? There's where Curry Bobo was first introduced. Love that boy. Gillen Duo, which I thought should have been banned because of Red Eyes Flare Dragon. Devon Tower because of my Akashi's. Oh, this is 2 years ago. I wasn't as great in the meta sort of sense back then. So I thought a lot of really annoying cards should have been banned just because of one-off combos, rather than hitting the combo starters themselves. So yeah, it was an early time. Also, I did a talk about how to use a rotary phone because nobody in the world knows how to use one. And this is a video. Let's take a look at this. This one is very special to me.
Recently, I've been feeling rather depressed about Yu-Gi-Oh! All these combo-heavy decks have been reducing me to a tear-soaked mess.
They still do. There's too many combo decks. There's even more combo decks than there were before, damn it. Get to your point. What are you doing?
The cost of one any water monster, the spell card, big wave, small wave, the field.
Yeah, so this here is a deck. It's really jank. It's a deck all around Ocean Dragon Lord Nia Daedalus. Just wiping the field out. That's the whole idea of this deck. And I made this deck at a time where 1, terraforming was at 2, and 2, where there was just so many combo decks that were so prevalent. I was really just sick of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. So I made this deck, and I was like, okay, if I can win with this deck, then it'll restore my faith. And it really did, because while this janky combo is garbage, and it doesn't work against most meta decks at all, I was able to beat up Ancient Gears, and I don't know what the heck I was doing with that background, but it exists. And so this here is this is from January 2019. I briefly had this thing where I had a podcast with me, my buddy Necrolink Kitty, and my other buddy Shimario. It was an interesting time. We tried hard, but I mean, I tried a lot. I think I did most of the talking during the podcast. The others, yeah, they tried. I mean, they could have tried harder, but, whatever. They tried, and that's all that really matters. So maybe we'll try. I don't know if we'll ever agree to doing that again. Necro had a bit of a blowout one episode just because various things, but yeah. That was the time when I tried to do podcasts. What can I say? It was an alright podcast. We just kind of talked about whatever we felt like talking about, and it worked. It worked all right. Wasn't the most popular podcast in the world, but it existed. So we get into April, and this is where the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season number 2 begins. And it was a good time. We had a lot of videos. We had Start with Infernity this time, Fire Kings. This is where I showed off my better Infernity deck with, Mothman and such and such. Good times. Good times. We started off alright. The Borg did not do as good as I thought it did, but, I did alright. In terms of views, anyway. Likes, not so much, but what can you do? Some people have opinions, and if they're not willing to leave it in the comments, don't listen to all the comments. But, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say is, just do what you do. Just do what you do. You gotta let it go, and see what happens, Yeah, season 2, it was pretty good times. We had a lot of decks that did okay-ish. And we had a few decks that did really good, like Endymion's Magical Railgun did a good. Witchcrafters did good. Hat did amazing. 600 views, 10 likes. For me at the time, that was a lot. Where'd my glove go? Yeah. Anyway, we just basically just did whatever, and it did work. Outvote Element Saber. That was a really popular one. I really enjoyed that deck. Anything with Element Sabers, I really enjoy it. What can I say? Valkyries, which, back in that time, you couldn't do Valkyries as much as you wanted to, but you did what you could do, Did what you could do. And for a while on the channel, that was mostly what I was doing, just 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! Every once in a while, a new number would come out, and I would talk about that. Just like, replay, a couple reaction videos, because I was still doing that every once in a while. The Sonic movie thing happened. Yeah, a lot. I do a lot of dueling on the channel. That's the main thing. Just a lot of unboxing, or not about lots to unbox, a lot to duel with, lots of cards to play, and that's what I did for a long time. Let's see. Okay, so this here, June 1st, 2019, hit 69 subs. So it took me 2 years to get 69. Alright, well, that's not great or anything, but it happened, and that's what I did a little channel intro. If you are on my channel, you will see the intro. It's the first thing you see. Just a little quickie intro that I did that was just a fun thing to do. And then, of course, a little while later, my computer broke on me. My original computer. This one still works, thankfully. And so, yeah, I wasn't able to do the videos as much as I wanted. But then, of course, this is what you have friends for. Necro was lending me his computer. I was able to duel off of his computer for a little while, doing things like Alien Control and the original Hakai video back when they were called Hakai. Stuff like that. There was my Mystic Mind banned video, which, of course, it still hasn't been banned, so maybe I was onto something to say it shouldn't be. Who knows? But, oh yeah, then there was when I originally started playing Minecraft on YouTube, which was a very short-lived thing. Like, I still play Minecraft. I still like playing Minecraft. But it's not something I do, like, on YouTube anymore. Then, of course, there is my Pokemon playthrough. Oh, Pokemon Uranium, Trishula. My lass. Yeah, good old Pokemon. My original Pokemon playthrough wasn't as well received as my current one is, or even the second part of my Revenge Lock, as I call it. But it was something. Playing Pokemon Uranium is it's a fun game, Pokemon Uranium. If you can find one of the ROM hack games and you don't get loaded with viruses off of it, they're fun to play, Obviously, you gotta remember to support the official Pokemon games as well, but the fan game ones, they're pretty good too. So we're just moseying along, and most of June, July, August is gonna be, all the Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Again, my viewers, they go back and forth. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, basically, we just kind of like doing videos. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of Minecraft, more Pokemon, more Yu-Gi-Oh, etc., etc. Okay, and this is the one where we get not so great. So July 15th, 2019. Where's my bloody glove? I took it off for a second and now I gotta put it back on. Okay, so season 2, episode 86. Um, Basically what happened with this video is I was short on decks to play and short on time. I was getting really busy at this time of year. I forget exactly what I was doing, but basically, right. What happened was I redid Black Wings, even though I'd already done Black Wings for that 100 days, and a lot of people did not enjoy it. Not only was it not, edited properly, but it was also just wasn't that great because mostly I just made full armor master and sat on the damn thing, and that wasn't any good. Not gonna lie, it was not very good at all. So I did again I had to play Black Wings again to make up for it because I completely changed my Black Wing deck. And so season 2 kind of lives in infamy forever because I played Black Wings 3 times and I didn't mean to do it 3 times. It was supposed to be 1 time and that was it. So mea culpa, I learned now. And so that's where we find ourselves for about a year or like half a year, something like that. Just playing Pokemon, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! This is where my original Nuzlocke died. Not that my Pokemon all died or nothing, but most of my team died, so I kind of just ended the Nuzlocke there because there wasn't much point in continuing when I lost most of my lads. But I did start up a thing I called Revenge Lock. Oh my god, this is when I briefly attempted to review anime, which did not turn out well. Did not turn out well at all, but I gave it a shot. It wasn't great. What can you do? Try JoJo, but that didn't work either. What can you say? But what was it about? Oh yeah, it was about here that our podcast died off, episode 8. Yeah, we tried, Sans and Smash. We tried to revive the podcast. It didn't go too well. They didn't enjoy it. I was trying, but they didn't enjoy doing the podcast no more. So we ended it there. And let's see. Then there's just a lot of different replays, just generic stuff. After I finish 100 days, I usually just go to just playing whatever, whenever, pretty much. And that works out really. The Cursed Karakuri deck, of course. That was back when my Karakuri deck was like, I don't know, why did I call this Cursed Karakuri deck? So this is called Cursed Karakuri. I think it's because a lot of my opponents, like, I don't know, I was dueling, and I was playing the Karakuri combo where you just make Berebu, and my opponents just didn't want to, like, do. I don't know. I think a lot of people were disconnecting or something. I don't remember. That's an old video. I'm not gonna sit here and watch the whole thing all day because I don't like to watch my own videos. So yeah, we're just gonna move on. So one of the things I did start off, I forget exactly when I started because I think I dodged it. Lucky Draws, which is a show or basically just my replay show. I forget where I got. I think who did I get the name from? I got it from somebody. I forget who. It was something. They were thinking about calling it Luck of the Draw. So I call it Lucky Draws. So I just take, that's where I just take whatever deck I want and just deal with it, So that's where it started. Yeah, it started a while ago. Started a long while ago. And of course, I still have my Karibo replays. This is where I built a chapel to Karibo in Minecraft. And this is my Revenge Lock, where my Pokemon all died in the old Nuzlocke. Came back to Uranium, and I curb stomped the frick out of it. So, yeah, that's what that was. Good times. Good times. Oh, yeah, this is an interesting one. This is why I said I wasn't going to be playing Sword and Shield right away. A lot of, I guess because it's cut out here, that people didn't understand that I was going to play the game, but that didn't mean I was trying to say that I was going to be playing it right upon release. Probably to reassure my buddies, because neither of them knows how to hear words. But, yeah, basically, a lot of people didn't like the video for some reason. This is like my least liked video on my channel. I don't know why, but people didn't like it. So, that happens. That happens sometimes. People just don't get the message. We're starting to get into more modern times. We're almost into 2020 here. we got some more things. This is Revenge Lap where I defeated that stupid trainer who killed my Pokemon. And, that's why I started changing the thumbnail for, my revenge lap, because, I got my revenge. And I'm just continuing to do the things that I like to do. It's just a good time, You find yourself your niche. You find out what your channel should be doing. You stick with it. Sometimes you branch out a little bit like I did with Pokemon. But for the most part, you do the things that you enjoy, the things that work for you. And so then, of course, January 1st, 2020, we start the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season number 3. This was the best season of the 100 Days ever. I think I started this year with like 80 subs or something like that. Something along those lines. I don't remember exactly how many I had, but this is when I started exploding here. Look at something. I got 300 views on that one, 200 there, 389 on the Intimate Executors. It makes sense because that's a really popular deck. The Fortune Ladies did good. A lot of videos that had well over 100 views, and again, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have less than 100 subscribers, having more than 100 views is actually a good sign. Means you're doing something right there. So, had a lot of these first episodes with just a lot of views, especially with Plunder Patrol, because this was right when the first wave of Plunder Patrol started, came out. Same with Emancipator. I was one of the early players of Emancipator, I think. Or I was right up in there. I played them right when they first came out. I did all right. And, of course, we got more Hat. And then January of that year, 20 days after starting the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 3, we hit 100 subs. And the channel exploded after that. I mean, I was getting tons of subs just all the time. It was crazy. I was playing not only decks that I enjoy, but other people enjoy as well. Like, Dynamist did really well. A lot of people enjoyed Dynamist. Because you don't see a lot of people playing Dynamist. What can I say? Marincess, oh man, I remember there was this guy on Marincess videos like, don't play frogs with Marincess, play them pure, always. And I was like, oh yeah, you can do that, but a little bit of variety, my dude. And he was like, how disgraceful. But yeah, basically, a couple of videos did, dipped down a little bit because not everyone wants to see Sheer Noise again or whatever. Gravekeepers did good. Ancient Warriors, aka Senka, they did good. And of course, we did our troll week where we trolled the heck out of people. Very much trolling. Witchcrafters, again, they do good. Witchcrafters, they do rather well. And so, just a lot of good videos. A lot of videos that got very good views. Not a lot of small views. Ironically, the best video from the 100 Days Season 3 was a deck profile on my Skull Servants. Don't ask me why, but it is. Don't ask me why. All those beautiful replay videos didn't do as good. But yeah, it was a good time to Season 3. A lot of good stuff happened. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Season 4, even though it's going to kick my butt like it does every year. But we still have a while before Season 4. So there's just a lot of me battling people and battling with different cards. Here's when I played the Sacred Beasts, right when they started getting their first bit of support. I really need to go back to them now that they have all the supports, because I don't think I ever did that. But, yeah, a lot of good decks. Charmers did alarmingly well. People like Charmers. Don't know what it is, but they like them. Alien Control did rather well. A lot of decks did really good. Yeah, I couldn't deliver on a vid this day because... Oh, yeah, I had to do a thing. And I couldn't do a video that day. That's what that one was. But, yeah, whenever I do the 100 days, I try to, do, like I said, a video every day for 100 days. This one's embarrassing right here. This is, that's when the ban list came out. It was scheduled for April 1st. And, yeah, I was preparing to make another fake list. Because I figured out how to make it better than I did the last time. And so, unfortunately, Konami decided to screw with us and just, put it out then. But I still put out my prediction, and then I'll put out my reaction, the same day, one after the other. So, Konami, you rat bastards, how dare you do this to me. So, of course, we get back into the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, a couple of videos are still getting hundreds of views, but some of them are just doing, like, little views. Little views, little views. You know, the slime video that didn't do as well. Like, the replays weren't as good as the slime deck, but people like the deck. They like the idea of it anyway. But it didn't, like, win anything, sadly, which, you know, that's never great. And now we finally get into modern times. This is my most recent plays. I've started playing Pokemon Solar Light, and that's been fun. So that's where we find ourselves today, folks. And I've also recently started doing Reddit review. I'm slow on the Reddit review video. I gotta do that too. But regardless of all that, that's where the channel is now, guys. It's been a long, wild ride these past 3 years. We got a little over 150 subs. You know, I'm hoping to hit 200 this year. Maybe, well, that would be the best thing if I hit 100. If I hit 200 this year, it would be amazing. It might happen, it might not. You never know. You know, I don't pressure people into subscribing for me. That's my problem. I don't shout, hey, subscribe to the channel, like 3-4 times a video. I mostly leave it up to you guys because it's really up to you whether you want to subscribe or not. So maybe I have to start, you know, poking at that more. We'll see how it goes. But regardless of that, I just really want to say thank you for all the stuff you guys have done. You guys put your faith in this weird dude with a Karibo fixation who wears a mask and plays card games on the internet, you know? And I know you have a lot of weird masked people on the internet to, you know, throw your support behind, but you gave me some of that support, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to say that I'm going to hope to continue to do this for a few more years still. You know, I want to get to, you know, higher and higher heights and just continue to make content that I like and you enjoy, you know? So thank you guys ever so much for sticking with me for these past 3 years. It's been a wild ride, and we'll see what the next year brings to us, you know? We'll see where the channel is between now and 2021, and thank you guys for sticking by me. This will be your boy Memphis signing out. Take care till next time.